Hello, welcome back to Speakerstack Music. This is Ant, and in this video 6, we are continuing to have a look at how I created a rock song in Ableton. Give you a quick blast of how the rock song is sounding. Yeah, so quite heavy, psychedelic-y rock song there. So this is video 6. We're going to be having a look at the final two instruments on channels 24 and 25. There's quite a lot of instruments in this, but as I've outlined in previous videos, the first 8 channels are dedicated purely to the drum kit. We've got a couple of low synthesizers, bass synths and a low synth there, a couple of bongo channels, 3 kind of mid synthesizers, and then 8 channels of guitar takes, 5 different guitar ideas. So the 3 of the ideas I've doubled up on. So done 2 takes of the same riff or the same lead line or same chords, pan them left and right on a slightly different guitar preset. So that leaves us with the final 2 instruments, which is a sequencer and I have a synth sequencer. And apologies for the lack of creativity in what I've titled some of these channels. I do run out of ideas sometimes, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So I've selected a section of music, clicked on this to loop it, so this will keep going round and round. I'm just going to play you the first instrument, which is a sequencer. So very basic, single note on the G, and then a section on E. So if I just take this section of the song, see how that fits together? And then it moves up to G for the break in a second. And that's pretty much all it does. So it goes from E up to the G, back down to E when it consolidates back into the riff, back up to G. And there is a section here where it does something slightly different. And then again up here. And that's it for the sequencer. And then I've put this call this a synth sequencer. This is really a descending and then for the chorus breaks, where we've got the chorus guitar. And that's pretty much it for the other synth. So, yeah, just alternating patterns throughout the track just to mix it up a bit. So for this sequencer, very simply using Serum again. This is the second preset that I've used from the Serum plugin, which isn't part of the Ableton suite of presets that you get when you purchase Ableton. This is a separate thing you need to buy and download. Really recommend it. We'll do a separate video on Serum. But I've got a plucked instrument which is called Downed. And I've just literally dropped that into the track, and that's really all it is. And I just varied the note on each section, and then a bit of variance there and a bit of variance at the end. If you click on any of these, you can see what I've done in terms of the notes. And that's it for the sequencer channel. For the synth sequencer, this is an analog instrument sound that I've created using Ableton's analog instrument. Again, there's a number of these in the track. This is the final one. So in order to drop in an analog synth and create your own synth, click on this, click on instruments, click on analog, drop it in. Don't click on any of the presets. I've got the frequency and the resonance set about 36%, 18 decibels level. Haven't clicked on any of these effects down here. But in terms of the shape of the sound, again, immediate note, slow release, and then even more gradual release there, and just tails off, doesn't release for too long. And it's a sine wave filter that we've got going on. So, oh yeah, on top of that, obviously got some EQ, a couple of EQs, a high pass low cut filter at about 500 hertz, and then another corrective EQ just to dip the decibels around this range. I want it to sit in the back of the mix, so we've got a lot of guitars and other synthesizers here, so dipping it in this frequency range, and obviously on this bit here, boosting the upper frequencies around 8 to 10 kilohertz. So it's kind of sitting higher in the mix, for, kind of filling out some of that space, some of that air that you got at the top end of the mix. Delay, which I'm sure you can hear. A chorus on top of that. Saturator to boost the signal. And then a bit of reverb again to push it back in the mix. So that's a synth. So that's pretty much all of the track. If we just click on height and width, and we can bring it all back into view again. These two are really good, really useful for just getting the entire track on the screen. And yeah, in the next video, talk you through mixing and mastering. And then the final video, I'll post a version of the song so you can hear it from start to finish. If you do want to hear it from start to finish without a video, as part of the tutorial series, and the first video in this playlist, in this sequence around creating a rock song, will give you a chance to listen to it. Hope you found that useful and of value. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please like the video, and I will see you in the next Speakerstack video. Thanks for your time. Goodbye.